Today's revised lecture on grammar. Your first topic, notice writing. What do you mean by notice writing? Notices are means of formal communication. Notices are formal communication targeted at a particular person or a group of person. It is like a news item informing such as person or persons of some important event. This can be an invitation meeting, an announcement of any event, to issue certain instruction, make appeals, etc. Okay, and then format of notice writing, how to write the notice. Since notices are a formal document, it should follow a structure. Notices are formal document, it should follow a structure or a format. Keep in mind, there is no one correct rigid format. Different formats used by different people, organization can show some variation, but it is ideal to follow a somewhat similar format for ease of doing and uniformity. Let us look at the most used format of notice writing. First one, name of issuing organization and authority. Right at the very top, you print the name of the person or company that is issuing the said notice, and this will help the reader identify the notices as important or unimportant to him. Okay, this is the most important point. And then title. When writing notice, we mention the title at the top. This helps draw attention to the document. Notices are generally posted at a public place or published in newspapers. It is important that they do not get lost in a sea of informations. So, as bold title, most important thing, title, bold title clearly mentioned helps draw the attention. Okay. Your third point, after the title to the left hand side, we print the date of which the notice have been published. In which side? Left hand side. Since this is formal document, date is an important aspect of it, since these documents stay on a record. Okay. Fourth point, then we move on to an appropriate heading to the notice. This heading should make abundantly clear the purpose of the notice. And then body. After the heading, we write the brief and to the point body of the notice. The main content of the notice feature in the body. And then your sixth point, writer's name, most important thing. At the end of the notice, we write the name and designation of the writer. The notice have to also be signed by the same person to lend it authority and validity. Okay. And then we are discussing about the content and about your body. In your body, how to frame. A notice should cover some important points that are to be communicated to the reader. Let us summarize the 5 points that the content of the notice will cover, the 5 W's. Okay, we are discussing about the 5 W's. Your first one, what? What is the notice about? The notice should be clear and what is going to happen, what has already happened, what is going to happen, and what has already happened. This is the crux of message and should be written clearly. There should not be any ambiguity. There should be not any confusion. And your second point, where? If the notice is about an event, then the location of such an event must be written clearly. The venue, the location are important details. The venue, the location, and important details. So make sure to include in this the notice. Okay. And then your third point, when, this is the time and the date of the event or meeting. If possible, the duration of the event should also be mentioned to people can schedule their time accordingly. Your fourth, this will be who the notice is addressed to. Who means this will be who the notice addressed to, and who all are supposed to adhere to the notice should be clearly mentioned to avoid confusions. Okay. And your fifth one, and final details should be whom to contact or get in touch with. This mention who the appropriate authority is contact. Okay. This is your 5.5 W's. And then some tips regarding the notice writing. First one, be precise and to the point. Precise and to the point. The ideal length of the notice, most important, 50 words. So precise language is appreciated. And then it is formal form of communication. Second, कैसा होना चाहिए? Formal form of communication. So the language used should be formal as well. No flowery text. And third one, keep the sentence short and use simple word. Simple sentence, simple words. Since notices are fairly brief, it is best to keep it simple. And most important point, use passive voice as far as possible. And last one, present your notice in proper format in box. The presentation should be neat and thus be appealing to the. Okay, bete? Your today's lectures, I hope you understand these points.